friends, very nice to see you and welcome to one more landscape photography adventures here on my channel. I'm still in the Dolomites. I just changed mountains. So last time I've been at Cinque Torre, and now I came over to Passo Ciao. It's a really nice pass, and I'm here at the pass road, so sorry for the road noises. And to be honest, I had really bad luck. Last days. The weather was just clear sky, and also from tomorrow on, just clear sky. Today is the only day we have, and you look up there, a little bit of dramatic sky, and we will get a thunderstorm in around about, I'm not sure, 3 hours, something like that. Yeah, something. It's not exactly something. 3 hours, something like that. And the problem now is, usually I had planned to park at the top of this pass, where I have just maybe 30-40 minutes to the area where I want to photograph. And now I have to hike up maybe 40 or 50 minutes just to this parking place where I wanted to park. So I'm a little bit in a hurry, but however, it is how it is. Fingers crossed that it's any way possible to get out a fantastic photograph. I think in one of my last videos I mentioned a fantastic view what I had from the parking lot where I also stayed overnight from Cinque Torre. And I made a snapshot with my phone from this amazing mountain view from my sky roof, my sky window. And I made a second shot, also just a quick snapshot with my phone, with my wife looking down in the valley. And there was a fantastic lake down there. And as the weather didn't look fantastically for photography over the last days, we just decided to drive to this lake, pick out a campsite, and to stay there a few days. Yeah, that the weather would change. I think this is the best option we had, and it's really, I mean, if we would not have this day today, it would be totally impossible to get a great photograph here, just with blue sky. I mean, it's never impossible. But not this kind of photography I want to do here, you know, with a lot of drama. The Dolomites are so dramatic mountains, and this is something I want to convey with my photographs, actually. I think it gets better and better. It's not all too far, or back there, from there where the motorcycle noise comes. Back there, up at this hill, is a path, and this is where I want to go. And I want to photograph maybe this mountain face here. So I think maybe we have a good chance for a sunrise shot here. It's not sunrise in a moment, obviously, but it's always good to check out a sunrise location before you go there, so that you really know what you will photograph finally, where you have to point your camera, which settings you need, which aperture, its focal length, all these things. It's so much easier to get a great sunrise shot then. Now it could already work from this perspective here, from this position. I'm currently just thinking about taking this hat over there into my frame, and cut it here at the bottom. And this is Ragusela, this is the name of this mountain, and we have to think about the light now. So I mean, it could happen that there will come a little bit of a game of light and shadow. In the moment it doesn't look after that, I would have to wait here. But I think more already for tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning the sun will come from the right hand side, and so this means we will have everything illuminated from right, obviously. Alpenglow maybe, hopefully, depends on the weather. It is predicted to get everything, we have amazingly high pressure, so we get clear sky tomorrow. And this could work here. The only problem I have, I don't want to get in this hut here into my frame. And so what I think is we need a little bit more room, a little bit more space to the right hand side. So yeah, that we balance the scene. And therefore, I think about going up a little bit higher, going up a little bit more in that direction, so that we get a little bit more space to the right side. I would say, let's do that. I think it could work from here now. So we have Ragusela here, we have this amazing field of rocks here at the left hand side, and at the right hand side this path leading up there with this hut between, and we have the sunlight coming from the right and illuminating us our mountain face. This could really work. Also the clouds in the moment look really fantastic. The only thing, the mountain face itself looks a little bit flat in the moment, but could be that we will have the Irmler light spot soon. So I would say let's go inside up here. And up here at the bath I will go up a little bit higher. It will not affect, or it will not have the biggest effect on my composition. I just want to, not to leave when any hikers come or something like that. So I would say let's try for that. Now, as we don't have sunrise in the moment, I decided for a little bit other composition. I put my mountain here in the center. It's really a big center object, and we get already there and where a little bit of light spots. I hope to get a light spot like that here, the left hand side, a little bit more at the mountain up there, because I want to have anything that accentuates my mountain. My mountain, I mean, yeah, the mountain back there. It's not mine. And what you can do is you can use a circular polarizer. By the way, I don't do this. Because the thing is, it makes the sky much more blue. Let me show you. Where's a filter? Here's a filter. So when we put the polarizer here, I hope this is working now. When I screw it and you look up to the sky, you see, I hope you can see it here, that the sky gets much bluer. And we are here at around about 2,200 meters or 2,250, something like that. That's quite high, and it takes the blue away from the sky. I don't want to have all too much blue in the sky, to be honest. I want to have it even a little bit more softened. And the only thing what I do maybe when a mountain is more away and I want to have much texture of it, then I use a polarizer. It's really good to use a polarizer when you look in that direction, for instance. We don't need it here. This mountain is quite close to us, so it's not really necessary. But also when you photograph too far mountains, could also be that, it's beautiful when you don't put the haze away with the polarizer. You know, also in painting, it's like with an aquarelle. You don't have all too much of details, but it looks really fantastic. But however, I'm drifting away. So we are here at this composition. What I like is this field of rocks here, the left-hand side leading into the frame, and we have this kind of a triangle mountain here, and it's so beautiful. All these textures here in the middle with all these trees there and where. So beautiful. We just need the sun. It's currently hiding behind this cloud here. We had a little bit of a gap here now. Back there is a gap. As already mentioned, it's just all about waiting here. It is like bewitched, really. We have light spots at the left-hand side, we have light spots at the right-hand side. This looks really fantastic, but I don't want to go out from my setup now, because when the light spot comes now, it takes too long to go in setup again. It would be fine to have a second camera with me. I have a second camera body in my van, so it's really bad that I didn't take it with me. But however, I can't do this here now. Yeah, it's just all about waiting and hoping and praying. Now we get already the first light spots in front of the mountain face up there, on the hill up there. It looks really fantastic. Also the peak left beside is illuminated, and we just have to wait for a light spot up on the mountain face. It would be so fantastic. Fingers crossed therefore. Higher, we need higher, a little bit higher, just a tiny bit higher. It is amazing. We have a light spot there, light spot there, light spot there. It's really fantastic illuminated, really fantastic accentuated these points here. It's really fantastic for the flow. I like this, but I also would prefer to have a little bit of a light up on the mountain face itself. What an amazing landscape, isn't it? And you know, I mentioned this in the beginning, there will a rainfall come, and I felt the first drops already on my skin here, so it started already a little bit. And the thing is, I'm going to try another photograph, what is more a sunset shot. It's more in that direction over there. And the thing is, I don't have enough time actually to explore it and to think about my options. What I didn't tell you before is, you know, my wife is also with me here in the Dolomites, and she's already at this place back there, and she's not a photographer, but I asked her if she could maybe help me a little bit, just go there and have a look how it looks there, and so that I know already my options, and that I can think already about wrath compositions when I'm not there. And I did this, and you see her back there. I'm not sure if you can see her. It's this blue point here in the landscape. You should not say something like that to a wife. It's not good. Never good. A point in the landscape. You know, however, I'm really grateful, and she's not a landscape photographer. So I'm really grateful. That's so fantastic that she did this for me. Thank you therefore when you watch this video. So I will go there now. I'm not sure what will happen with the light here. You see there, the mountain back there. I want to try the same mountain, just another composition, another perspective, another angle. I don't know if we will get the light spot anymore. Could be. Fingers crossed therefore. So now I'm here at the spot, and Barbara, where do I have to put my tripod? I'm just kidding, just kidding. Again, she's not a photographer. I just told her maybe to look for some possibilities for foregrounds. And there are some rocks there and there, but they are not prominent enough, to be honest. But what's quite interesting is this pond here. And when we look here, we get a nice reflection here of Ragusela, the mountain. And this looks really pretty good, I have to say. So, I mean, it's a little bit of muddy there, but we don't have to go in here. But it looks really fantastic. I mean, when you go a little bit lower, we get more of the mountain in here, and this could really work. The sun would go down in that direction. It's just currently hiding behind this rain cloud up there, and again, there's rain predicted. But the only thing, we are really high up in the mountains, and you know, the higher you up in the mountains, the more difficult actually it gets to predict weather, I have to say. I mean, mountains are really an important element for the weather itself. So, you know, when the air gets blown up, it cools down up there, clouds are built, rain falls and so on because of the humidity, the relative humidity. And however, I would say the first drops are already falling. That's not good. I think I will, anyway, go and set up here now. Just, maybe back there is a gap. We don't know what will happen. So I would say, let's try for that. Now we're already in setup, and we have the same game as before. We have light on the hill before, and also a little bit also on the mountain, and it's really fantastic. I just wait for the red clouds here now, and it's really fantastic. We also have this hut here at the left hand side in my frame. And by the way, this mountain here at the right hand side, these 5 towers here, this is Cinque Torre. So if you're able to speak English, speak Italian, I'm not able to. Also not English, by the way, it doesn't really matter. Cinque Torre is 5 towers, and they are back. That's also a fantastic spot. Good morning. We have a fantastic orange stripe back there. We don't really need it for our composition, so we are not too late or so. But yeah, I'll anyway have to be a little bit faster being set up. But however, it looks really fantastic. It rained a little bit overnight, so I feel already that the weather will not come as I have predicted it. There are no clouds above Ragusela. There are some clouds back there, also back there. Yeah, I mean, I expected to have no clouds, so it's not the biggest problem. The only thing I want to avoid is maybe a kind of needle cloud or something like that stings into Ragusela as distracting element. We don't have it. I mean, we don't know what happens now. Could everything happen? But all in all, doesn't look all too bad. What a wonderful morning. It is really fantastic. I'm already in setup and I changed my camera position a tiny bit. Yesterday I've been more down there, but today I want to hide these mountains here at the right hand side behind these hills. So what do I mean by that? Because my frame was just something like that yesterday. I changed lenses because I saw something what's really fantastic. We see, there's a kind of wave down there, or even two waves in the foreground here. So these hills, 3 waves, I mean hills obviously, and they're also a little bit accentuated with, yeah, they're a little bit brighter up there, the grasses, and this gives a really fantastic sense of depth. We get depth here in the foreground, and when the sun, let's have a look back there, the sun will go up here. When the sun goes up, we will have a little bit more shadow here, where the horses are down here in the moment, the lower horses are down there, and we will have maybe this everything bright and so, and we have this fantastic game between light and shadow, and I really like this. Yeah, we don't have clouds, we don't have a dramatic atmosphere here, but yeah, it is how it is. I will try to get out the best possible here. Yeah, we have also this path what leads back there. We have some bushes there, and where we have this chapel there, but it's just, yeah, it's a little bit hidden, but yeah, I think that this really could work well. So now it's all about waiting for the sunrise and fingers crossed for a fantastic photograph. So the sun appeared already behind this hill here in just a little gap. It is like sunset in the morning. The image, I took this shot some years ago. I will show it to you right now. Some of you might recognize it. And yeah, I mean, usually this would be the timing now to take the photograph, but yeah, the mountain back there blocks the sunlight, so we don't have it. So I think maybe we have to wait half an hour, maybe something like that. It just goes over the peak. I mean, the peak is higher back there. It gets higher up there behind the hill. Could also take a little bit longer. Doesn't really matter. I think anyway the sun will be. I think even we need it a little bit higher. I think. No, the timing better. The timing would not be the right now, because we need it a little bit higher to get this illumination here on the top of these hills. It doesn't do that when it's too low, because we get shadows here from this hill, and so I think this really could work. There's nothing we have to fear about. Maybe a tiny bit. No, I think it works. Ah, it's so lovely out here. So lovely. It is amazing, and it's forbidden to sleep here overnight, to stay overnight on this parking place. Some are anyway doing that. I didn't do it. I'm a little bit more down there with my van. Yeah, it's just all about walking a little bit more. No problem at all. No problem at all. Such a fantastic morning. My wife is still sleeping in the van. I'm here alone with Ragusela. And the sun comes up again, as you can see back there. I'm not sure if it's just a second gap or so. I've forgotten my sunglasses, unfortunately, but it doesn't really matter. We get a really fantastic alpenglow here at Ragusela at the right hand side, and also here at this peak at the left hand side, what looks really fantastic. And also a little bit of light already on the hill up there. Yeah, what's definitely still missing here is the definition here in the foreground. I mean, we have a tiny bit with this burnt out grasses down there. They really add here to this composition. Oh man, what a fantastic morning. The Dolomites are amazing, absolutely amazing. What mountains! I mean, we have also mountains in our area, but yeah, this is these are quite young mountains, so this is the reason why they are so rough and cracked, and I don't have words there for really. And now it starts a little bit with the illumination. When you see down there, I'm not sure if you can see that, a little bit of light comes already in here, this line here, and I think it's just all about maybe 10 minutes, 15, maybe something like that, to get the light exactly how I want to have it. We have also a little bit of light up on the hills, obviously, and this will also stay afterwards. It will not hide or so. We have, the clouds. I mean, it's not the best cloud in the world up there. We have some gaps between. That's not ideal. I mean, it's not this needle cloud I mentioned before, but it's not ideal, but I think I will come away with it. We have a lot of haze back there, and this is good in this case. It's really good because it simplifies the scene. We know that there are some mountains back there. We don't see any details there. We don't need to see details there because it's just a background. It's just it adds to the story. It tells the story of there's a mountain range going through, and this is one of these mountains. And this one is sharpened. This is important. You could use a circular polarizer to get away a little bit with the haze to reduce it. But I don't want to have it. I even would like to have it a little bit more. Oh no, I think it's on point here really. And up there we have a little bit of this needle cloud, but this is not the biggest problem back there, because when the sun goes in here and everything is bright at the right hand side, I could come away with that when everything is bright. I can reduce the clarity a little bit in Lightroom and really get away with that. So now it's all about waiting and fingers crossed for a fantastic photograph. Oh man, it's really fantastic. We get already the tree down there illuminated, and also the line what goes here to the right from the hill, from the tree here to the hill, and also the first peak here on this hill from this line I mentioned before with the burned out grasses already illuminated. I hope you can see that. So it's really just all about maybe 2 or 3 minutes, something like that, and we will get a fantastic light and a fantastic photograph, hopefully. What a fantastic morning. Friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. If yes, please give me a thumb up. And don't forget to tune in next week. There will become a fantastic video again. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.